The whole argument of the book is to look at state-Islam relation as a major element of the politicization of Islam everywhere. Usually, we look at Islamists as opponents to the state, and we take for granted that the state have been secular and nationalistic in their, I would say, ideological orientation, which is partially true, but which should also mask a very important point, which is actually that Islam has been part of the nation building of most of these countries since the beginning. So I've done an overview of countries, even the most secular ones: Tunisia, Pakistan, Egypt, I forget one now, Iraq. Because Iraq under Saddam was also considered a pretty secular state. And what I find in looking at the way that the state has institutionalized Islam since the last 50 years is actually that the political Islam that the Islamists are also referring to is actually the outcome of this nationalization project. It's not tapping into the Islamic tradition that has not been used over the last century. It is really working and operating within the framework of the state. So what does it mean? It means that the state did what no empire or Muslim empire did before. They nationalized all Islamic institutions. They put the clerics on the payroll. They put Islam in the education system. And we have looked, because this was a teamwork, at all the textbooks that are used in public school, even in the secular one. And what do they teach about Islam? And it's a political message. Islam is related to Ummah, to jihad, to citizenship. So no wonder why few generations after, the only way to oppose the state will be to use this framework. If I ask you right now, what is religion for you? I bet a lot of money that the response I'm going to get is a set of ideas and beliefs that are, that define me. If you look at the way Islam has been forged and built over the last 50 years by the state, it is not only a set of belief and faith or spirituality. It became a strong element of the national identity. So it was encroached on state institutions in a way that is very difficult to understand, because we have in mind the Western history where modernization went with a dissociation between religion and state. In most of Muslim majority countries, modernization went hand in hand with conflation between state and Islam. The only two countries that did not make Islam religion of the state are Senegal and Indonesia. Everywhere, even Turkey, that is considered a success in secular, Islam is religion of the state. It does have implications. So what I'm saying, it's not promoting a certain theological interpretation, even if you can look and see the clerics, they belong to a certain kind of school, and they issue fatwas on a certain type, using a certain type of logic. But what has happened in the last 50 years is that this established dominant state institution have used religion, or have been asked to use religion to promote political projects. Muftis issue fatwas on things that have nothing to do with religion as such, but with, nuclear weapons or position vis-à-vis the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This is not religion. And this has been going on under Mubarak, under Saddam, under all kinds of so-called secular leaders.